Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Today is the 21st of February, my birthday, my Earth Day month, and I'm still celebrating every day of life I celebrate. So, and then I love being able to celebrate it with my Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Tuesday, and it is health and wellness today. We're going to do a little switch, and we're going to talk about the health and wellness of your visions and your dreams today. And so we're going to just start off today with greetings from all of my Elizabeths who have joined us. I see Jacqueline, haven't seen you. So Jacqueline, you start off.
I start off happy day, Grand Rising, everyone.
Grand Rising.
Right now, I'm indisposed to be having my face, but peace and keep me lifted up. So what, you want me to talk about dreams?
No, not yet. I'm just wanting everybody to greet everybody.
Oh, well, greetings to everyone. I mean, I've been traveling a lot these last couple of weeks, and I'm thankful to be even awake at this moment because I was in Hawaii a week and a half ago, and Arizona before that, and those two trips have just literally wiped. You talking about jet lag? Oh my goodness!
Yeah. How many hours difference is it?
Well, Arizona was 2, and then Hawaii is 5 right now because I found out they don't do daylight savings time. So in a month it'll be 6-hour difference. Oh, I know. But I'm like I said, I'm thankful to be here, and I'm glad to see everyone's faces because I do have that camera on.
But it's good to have you back, sweetheart. We missed you.
Thank you. I miss you.
We were glad and jealous that you were having such a good time where you were.
Well, I'm gonna tell you know what we talking about. We have to be transparent. I was there. I went with the hope that because even a jet lag there by Wednesday, I was so discombobulated with the sleeping and everything.
Yeah.
And I was there from Sunday to Sunday, and by Thursday I kind of start feeling better. Mm-hmm. But overall, to be transparent, it was not a good trip.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it was beautiful.
We're going to hold on to our jealousy. Okay, we're not going to.
Yeah. Don't be jealous on. But I do want to go again. I'll tell you, I'm gonna make it over again, and I'm gonna stay hopeful because I did not expect to have encountered what I did. But the sad thing for me, I had a family member with me that when I got back, that kind of threw everything kilter. When we got back, everybody was saying they had a countdown going on how long it would take before stuff happened. I'm like, what? You know, and
so you know what to expect, so you know what to put in place before you even go.
Exactly.
Right.
I say, but thank you all. Keep us lifted up.
Absolutely. All right, Deetra.
Oh, okay. All right, here I go. Good to be here. Good to see each and every one of you. Let's see. My morning started off
It's okay.
My day started off wonderfully. I sent some photos. The sun is shining bright today, and I'm enjoying that. Let's see. And I wanted to share with you all that I'm wearing these glasses, and they're by Gunner. And they're protective. When I look at screens, computer screens, they're supposed to help my eyes.
Oh.
Be protected. So I'm glad to have them. And my son helped me choose them. So it's nice. And also I was listening to you guys talk about, the hair curls and the hair things. In my hair, it's interesting because my hair can easily lock. Because it does all the time, and I'm always trying to keep it from doing it, but it does it naturally. So I'm sure I can get locked easy. because of my hair texture or whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
But good to be here, everybody. Nice to see you. And
We'll have to go into a locking, when I do a locking class, you all should come because
okay,
it's fun and it's about your own hair. And
yes,
all of our hair has its own personality, just like our thumbprint. Our
right,
fingerprints. It has its own personality, and your hair also does what the heck it wants to do.
right, right.
Yeah, and that's when we have to we get to learn about our hair because we change it so much
We
or
do.
hide it up under something that we don't know it. And so this is where locks in particular
Mhm.
became an awakening about us.
Okay, I look forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Bridget, you want to jump on in with everybody? And I know we were talking about your hair, but you want to come on and say hi?
Hi, good morning, Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Yes, new journey, new experience, new day. It's even more to me, a beautiful experience of not only joining a family of women who wear locks, but the fact that I did it, that we literally wrapped it up the night that the eve of the new moon. So Sunday evening, as I was leaving the shop, it was about 11 o'clock, and I looked up in the sky, and all I could see what was the new moon. So it was perfect timing, and just an amazing time. And we're coming into the spring, so amazing new things and the birthing of new dreams and new everything. So grand and grateful rising to everyone.
Yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, she has brand new sister locks. Baby sister locks.
Yes, baby locks.
Mama Evelyn.
Oh, I'm next.
You is down.
Grand Rising, everyone, and I want to apologize for falling asleep yesterday. I woke up and the screen was like, oh my
We tried to
gosh.
yell at you and stuff. You was gone.
I was just so peaceful. It's just so peaceful. Yeah, I woke up this morning thinking about friendship and losing friends that you've had for a long time. But I thought about Mama Hawa and Mama Ayaba, and was just wondering how they're doing and at peace, and just those who are out doing their thing. Just wanted to know, had anybody touched base with them just to find out how they are? Yeah. And thinking about my friends one friend who I've had, over 40 years now, and another friend over 25 years, and how, their lives are going for them. And grateful for the way my life is going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm grateful today.
Well, I saw at peace a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I stopped by her shop, and that's
okay.
With her partner. We created that we just need to pick a time to have a surprise visit to her. And she would work with us for all of us to come over there and hang out and see what her shop is all about, and experience her company and so on and so forth. Talk to Mama Hawa. She's doing well. She's got some challenges that she's still working through, and some new challenges. And Mama Ayaba, she's usually posting something on the in WhatsApp. I haven't seen anything like in the last few days, but she's always, posting something. And I know she has a new class that she's working on. And, she's diligent about doing her study and preparing for her, teaching and such. So they're doing good. Remembering that, speaking of friends, Sister Danny Stillwell's her best friend, her bestie friend has left Earth, and just keep her lifted up, and Lily as well as they go through that transition, shall I say. Mama Het, you was hanging out where all the excitement was this weekend.
You had to rest yesterday, didn't you?
Still partying. It's Mardi Gras.
I did a drive-by.
Did you? Okay. So yeah, I'm in Mardi Gras mode, party mode, and we had a very full weekend. It was 3 beautiful. One day was frigid, but the other 2 were very bright and sunny, so we got to pretend to be in spring.
Yes.
A lot of interaction with other people. That was, it was a lot. But it was, it was full. It was a great full weekend. And today is Fat Tuesday. Woo! Mardi Gras. All right. Sending love to everyone and lifting up our sisters and brothers who need lifting up.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Thank you. Ebony, what's going on in your world?
Grand Rising Elizabeth, how are you, lady?
We're great.
Nice. I had a beautiful weekend. It was up and down, but it was beautiful, and to say the least. I participated in Namaste, and then I had a fun time there. I never been to the Trap Yoga Studio, so it was a fun experience with that. Very inspiring.
Now,
And then I had
explain what Namaste is.
So I had the first Namaste experience at the Creatress Summit, and it is like sensual yoga. It's like if you take like your most sensual, sexy dancing mixed with yoga, you get Namaste. Okay. And it's very releasing on your sacral chakra. It kind of like focus on that type of work and your womb work and embracing your femininity and stuff. And it was very fun. It was very fun. Even if you shy, you can't be shy there. it's like all embracing, head-on experience, and it was lovely. It was funny because I really put it in my vision this month to go to the Dirty Show, and that didn't happen. So the Namaste was just as good, and I felt like the same feeling of energy that I needed.
Yes.
So I love the smile it's putting on your face, Mom, because you like, oh, I could just see all your little visions going by your head.
Yes, it was so fun, and it was very on time with it, because I also had my first business meeting for my daycare educational service now. So I made that beautiful announcement, and started planning for my youth event and everything, and so it got me like released, and everything started coming and flowing with my creativity. So I am just like, everything is coming, and I'm gonna let it keep coming, y'all. So I'm in a good space right now.
Let it flow.
Yes, lady. So
let me throw you some beads for that one. Let me throw you some beads.
Thank you. Kayla, you gonna give us some face?
I'm at work, and I am not camera ready right now. But hey, everybody, and I'm happy to be here and listening. I'll still be participating between work and the conversation, but it's been quite the past few weeks, just like jumping into this new venture with this business, and other than today, being consistent with showing my face on social media and like just getting into that venture. And it's interesting that when I hopped on, you guys were talking about hair and oil. And I'm going to do more research with natural stylists who use the oil that I sell. But the way it's molecularly structured is that, you know, it goes deeper than some of the other oils you guys mentioned. It penetrates the follicle and pH balances the scalp. So I'm curious if that has anything to do with maybe why they're not the best for goddess locks or sister locks. And I'm gonna follow up on with a natural stylist I know who uses those products and ask her about it. And, you know, because I don't have them, I'm not suggesting I know I'm an expert, but I'm gonna ask an expert for you guys, because that oil it'll help your hair grow. It doesn't leave you greasy. It really it does a lot. So but anyways, I didn't come to talk about products, but I'm just grateful to be here and to receive. And what you said is on point about dreams and getting into that conversation about our vision and the health of our vision. So
yeah,
thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Jackie. Jackie.
Okay, I knew you were going to call me as soon as I walked away from the phone to deal with my mom. So I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, so yes, hello everyone. And interestingly enough, I've been using Kayla's products, and I like the oil. It's very what's the word? It definitely penetrates. And what was I say about it? I like the dropper that it comes with. It, you know, it's very nice. So I'm in the process of using it currently. So serendipitously after Kayla just spoke about it. All right, but good to see everybody. And thank you. Okay. And Jackie, my namesake, Jacqueline Jones. Hey. Okay.
I saw your piece singing. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. She's a great singer.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Reverend Omani. Earth to Omani.
Okay. Hola.
Hola.
How are you?
We're good.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Hey, Rev.
I have to remember where I am. Jesus.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all I got. I'm good. Life is good.
Good. Okay, New York.
And keeping it moving.
Keeping it moving. Keep it moving. All right, Dietrich, you got your hand up?
I sure do. Thank you. Thank you. Kayla, I wanted to know, first of all, congratulations on doing your signature oils, but I would like to get some myself. How would I get
Oh,
it?
yeah. So if you don't mind, we'll exchange numbers, and I'll
Can you
I usually do like a hair consultation first.
Oh,
but yeah, it's I have a link, but it's cheaper if you go through me. So I just email you the actual oil through a cart email, and then you sign on with your account information, and we do it like that.
Kayla, can you put your phone number in the chat?
Absolutely.
Yes, and it's for locks, you said?
It's for all hair, but what the oil does, it's because it's molecularly structured to penetrate the follicle in a special way that no other oil on the market does. It really just leaves you healthy and restorative from the inside out without that greasiness. So
yeah.
And it smells like lemons. It smells so good.
Yes, lemons. Nice. I like my crown to smell like fruit. I do. I like
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm dropping my number right now, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Because
No
yeah, I
problem.
want some too.
Okay,
No
okay.
problem.
Well, I want to talk today about releasing your potential. I'm going to read things from this book from Dr. Miles Monroe, which is why this whole thing has started, was Dr. Miles Monroe. And so I'm gonna read and then we'll go through some things. We'll talk. Okay. All right. The tragedy of unreleased potential. The death of a seed is the burial of a forest. The voice over the intercom announcing that we had finally begun our descent after 10 hours of flying startled me from my restless sleep. With a deep sense of anticipation, I gathered my thoughts and prepared for landing. It was my first trip to the great South African country of Brazil. Because I had been invited to address a conference of 10,000 leaders and laymen, I felt an awesome responsibility upon me. My time in this country of beautiful and complex cultures and ethnic heritages would be a lesson of humanity's oneness. It confirmed once again that despite our minor differences, we all are the same. 7 days into my stay, my host and translator took me on a tour of their beautiful capital, Brasilia. After visiting the well-organized city and government buildings and touring the stately monuments of the picturesque city, we entered one of my favorite places to visit, the National Museum. Being an artist and a lover of history, I enjoy these excursions in every country I visit. This day in Brasilia was no exception. I felt great appreciation for the beautiful and important works of art around me. As I viewed, studied, and admired the tremendous historical pieces and the priceless testimonies of the glory of this nation's past and present, I was once again reminded that each painting, sculpture, and specimen was the product of the release of someone's potential. Although many of the artists are dead, their works are not. Display after display gave evidence to potential that had not been buried with the artists. Because they had dared to expose the talent hidden within them, I and many others were enjoying, appreciating, and being inspired by their imaginative works. So you got that about the potential, and that they didn't die with that potential inside of them. He always says, die empty. Throughout time, the great and small works of individuals, be they paintings, books, music, poetry, drama, architecture, inventions, or the development of theories, have affected the lives of many, all who have helped to shape our society's destiny, the giants who teach us and inspire us, used their potential with a passion and refused to let circumstances dictate their future. The museum in Brazil, like all the museums of the world, is a constant reminder that someone lived who refused to let death have the final word on their potential. Their released potential is the world's inheritance. I believe Earth itself is a museum. Each of us comes into this world with an assignment to fulfill. God commissions us to leave for the following generations something from which they can learn and be inspired. The abilities to complete these assignments lie within us. The tools are our mature talents, gifts, and ambitions. Unless you accept the responsibility for activating your abilities, the next generation will enter the Museum of Life and notice a vacant space in Earth's displays. The sign below the place reserved to display the fruit of your potential will read, assignment unfinished, potential unreleased. Let's stop right there. So I want each of us to share, what do you know? Are you sure of? Or you kind of think is your assignment here? What is that thing that you know or are sure of or kind of think is your assignment here, that if I go by that space in the universe, in the thoughts, your name should be there, will be there, or should be there? I'm going to go to everybody because I really want to know. That's what the Elizabeth is about, bringing forth what you are passionate about, and finding out in life, how do I do that? How they say, yeah, Mama hit. That reminds me of her, even if it's not her thing. Yep, Mama Head used to do that. She used to do that. I got some of them right now. Yep, that's Mama Head. That reminds me of Mama Head. So what is that for you, Evelyn? What is that thing that we want, that we're going to see, or we're going to hear about, or we're going to taste, or we're going to experience? What would that be for our children that are still coming? We're gone. We're gone. Okay. What is that thing that your name is on?
I think in any of the make and takes, the dolls, the altars, the banners, that's why I like them to be made out of materials that will last a long time. Because I've had people say to me, oh yeah, my doll is hanging, in the kitchen, or she's hanging, and actually one of RJ's teachers, I mean, she didn't open her bag until like a while later, and she said, I didn't know it was this, and it's hanging in my kitchen. And so but to have, to either something I made that they bought, and I've come across people that I've made that, oh yeah, I remember making that. And it was a long time before I started putting my name on things or signing anything. It just flowed from me. And I remember Mama Sumara telling me, you are an engineer when it comes to art, because you can tell, you can say she could say she wants to make something, and I automatically go into, how can that be made sustainable? How can that be made to last? It's like, it's the reason I don't do like toilet paper roll art. I just, I like for it to be something that's going to be around for a long time. And so I think that's what I'm going to be known for, creating a space where where you're allowed to create what's from your heart, what's from your soul. And then you can hang it up on the wall, and you can, put it wherever you're going to see it, and say, I made that. And I felt like a child again. I felt unencumbered, and I wasn't trying to do something, squeeze. I wasn't attempting to do something, perfect. What I'm realizing with the art I make now is the perfection is in the imperfect. It's in the mistake.
Yeah.
It's in the accidental.
Perfectly imperfect, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. It's like when you're doing marbling, with the shaving cream, you never know what you're going to get. It's like when you're doing the National Geographic pages, you never know what you're going to get. And now what I want to experience is the acrylic pouring. I don't know if you've ever, just go on YouTube and look at pouring and how they pour it. Just, they pour the different acrylics and it creates cells, and the art is just, it's beautiful no matter what. I don't care what the artist says. The artist is not sometimes not they don't like what they did, but it's like you can't help, it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. And I can see that. Definitely. Definitely. What I know of you. Yeah. And I like that artist engineer. You're going to figure out how you can make it last forever. Yeah, that's on it. Ebony.
Oh, I would say, definitely in like resilient education, like that's the best I can say. Like, I feel like I can always create a vision or some kind of return back from any circumstances, really. And I feel like I keep building that a lot of times. And I'm learning, I'm teaching adults that too. But yeah, and that's probably why I have such a passion in education and in environmental education, because it's like you could physically see change, a bigger change that's outside of yourself, like just from a little resilience.
Environmental education and resilient. I like that word. Resilient education. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
And environmental. I love that. I say, Mama Hats.
Well, I'm about movement and action. Also, Ebony, I like what you said about the turning situations around or looking deeper to find the source. I like to take people to the source of their challenges to help. You know, we always want to fix things, but I like to go to the source so that we can uncover. Also, and celebrations. And just, exploring and seeing all of what you can do, your full potential, what else can I do, so that's mine.
I say, Kayla, if you can talk. I know you're at work.
Yes, ma'am. Just looking to uncover more of what like gives that imposter syndrome, if you will. Like what keeps you feeling like, me in particular, I'm talking about me, like not seeing my name, like Miss Evelyn was speaking on, like what keeps me in that I don't know if I am qualified type, even though I know that's not the truth. That's the question that comes up for me, is what keeps me from going to the next level in my confidence in leadership.
So what you want, that in between, they talk about the birth, the day you're born and the day you leave, the dash in between that. So you want that to be people known as a great leader. Is that what I'm getting? Is that correct?
Well, not so much known as, but like where that hinders me from helping others because I'm not stepping into that, if that makes sense. Just like the impact of leadership, maybe not so much worrying about being called a great leader, if that makes sense.
But if you're going to be one, why not be a great one? Even if it's for one person. The impact is what we're going after. What is your purpose in life, and what do you want to be known for? Even if it's, I mean, you impact somebody. I mean, she was a great leader. She was just a great leader. She wasn't, you know, the president of the United States, but she was a great leader in what she did.
Yeah, I do want that, you know, I'm not going to be, what's the word? Modest about wanting to make an impact. But I guess that is where it comes from, just like wanting the effect of it, but shying away from the title or shying away from being associated with, quote unquote, being the leader, like taking a back seat. So, but you're right. Why wouldn't I want, if I'm going to do it in excellence?
Yeah. And you don't have to, I mean, the striving is to do it in excellence. You don't have to be driving to be like some people, they want the awards. They do everything to get the awards, make sure their name is on there, to be selected as to get the trophy. And some don't. They just like doing it, and people know that they do it, and they'll say, well, why aren't you a great singer? Or why aren't you a great, you should have got that award. Why didn't you put your name? It's just not what they do, but they know that they impact people in whatever the gift that they're bringing forth, they impact. And that's enough for them, that they're known for that in somebody's life. You know what I mean, Kayla?
Yes, exactly. That's what I was referring to, but that also, I can see where that hinders at the same time, not stepping into it fully. So thank you.
Can I say something about that?
Yes.
Hey, Rev.
Hey, fancy menu here, boo. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Okay, so Kayla, like if okay, so just like right now, just in what I know about you, this is what you'd be. If somebody said to me, who was Kayla? I would say she's an innovator. Right, because you're always looking at, okay, how I'm gonna do this, what's the new thing, what's the new, latest and greatest thing. You're someone who's out for discovery of yourself and discovering self and discovering self for others. That'll be something that you'd be like known for. And even though it's in the baby stages for you, that's what you're actually cultivating in your life.
Thank you.
Yeah, and really, you think you're afraid, but you're really not afraid, because every week you're doing something new. Like, you know, like just since I've known you, done at least like 4 things. And I only known you about 9 months, so you know
that's so funny.
So
thank you for listening to me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you, ladies.
Bridget?
I know, excuse me, I know I'm being called to everything events. So it's
everything events.
When I say everything events, as far as, and yeah, let me clarify that. Event decor and styling, but also in creating that. But mine is kind of multi-dimensional. In that there is, in that interest to create, it's also creating floral designs. It's learning to create balloon garland designs. But it's also that call that was placed on my heart to create the jazz supper club experience. So it's really a call of creating, but it's also a call of reminding people of the joy of life. And to get out and, how do I put this? We all, when we were created, we were called to be a community. We weren't called to be separate. And it's a reminding of people that we all need one another. And sometimes we forget that. But when you see people gather together, you see how they're reminded of it, because no one ever leaves a space, whether it's a party or a dinner or what have you, going, well, I should have stayed at home in the corner by myself. It's that joy. So it's a reteaching people the joys of life and the beauty and how a space can be created from something really blank, something really bland, into something really absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So that is what this isn't a feeling, this is a knowing. This is what I know that I'm being called to do. And like Kayla was mentioning, for me personally, I call it a getting out of my own way.
Yeah.
Because many times, because society has told us what we can't do and what you can't accomplish, and what we've kind of diminished the greatness and the dominion that we were given when we were created. And it becomes a reminding ourselves of that we were created to do. That was already placed in us. So it's a what is the word I'm looking for? It's a destroying of things spoken over us that were lies and untrue, and truly stepping into who you are and your greatness with no fear. Because I think that that is what we have, that underneath of what are people going to say? How are they going to feel? What are they going to think? And it's a stepping into it, almost deaf to what everybody says, stepping into it and remembering that everybody in this world started from somewhere. Nobody came here all knowing except for Christ. Everybody learned. Every human being learned something. They didn't start out being the whatever and, I'm the expert in everything. They all started with a beginning. We all start, our beginning was as children. You had to crawl before you walked, and you had to walk before you ran. That's everything in life.
Yeah. And not to, well, I'm just going to say that Christ had to learn to be a carpenter.
Yes.
He didn't know how to be a carpenter. So everybody had to go through the process of growing and finding out what is exciting to you, and all of that. Jackie, thanks, Bridget.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Dr. Miles Monroe back for the second time in 24 hours that his name has come up in a conversation. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I know a baby who ran first.
Okay. I wanted to first say something about Kayla. It's funny is that, so one of the things that Kayla does is sing. Now, here's the thing. I never heard her sing a solo. But what makes me know that this girl could sing at some level is because at my coaxing, she actually sent me a video of her singing at church, like with a group. And the people, I watched some of the service, and there were like about 2 or 3 different singers, and then they would, the rest of the praise team would come up. It's about 6 or 7 background singers, so to speak, quote unquote background, which Kayla was a part of. And let me tell you, these ladies that sang solo, oh no, come on, they were not joking. They were serious and just beautiful, really, really great singers. They're not going to have somebody batting back at them singing that can't sing. So I didn't tell Kayla that. So
Kayla.
Right, it's like, this girl must, that ain't going to happen. No. So I just wanted to share that. And then I guess in regards to what I would leave, I mean, I guess it would be sharing music, I guess. But
Yes.
but you know what's so funny is that I'm not I like playing with musicians. Like I like playing in the sandbox and playing with people.
Yeah.
But I'm not a real fan of singing in front of people.
Mhm.
But this is what I've been doing for 30 years, like singing in front of people. So I made peace with that. But that's not the thing that I love to do. And, you know, I take care of my mom mostly now. And I'm here, I'm at the house and I just like, I'm a homebody and I could just be here and not go out that much. And then like people call me like the other day, Nat Adderley Jr. called me, who was from Cannonball Adderley, Cannonball Adderley's son. And he used to be the music director for Luther Vandross the whole time. And he calls me for a gig this weekend. So I'm like, okay, how do you say no to that? But it's like the fact that somebody calls me like that to sing, it's like, well, I must be here to sing, I guess.
You think? I think you will be known for that.
So thank you.
Yes, your voice is beautiful, Jackie.
Thank
That's
you.
definitely something you were meant to do.
And even though we know, I will not allow time to go past and Reverend Omani not share.
Oh, shoot. Let me see. What am I here to do? Oh, all right, I know what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach spirituality as I learn it. I'm here to be a powerful communicator, direct and straight for myself and others. Yeah. And I am here to transform lives. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say.
Okay. That's what I'm birthing.
Not only birthing, but raising. Because after the birthing, then there's the development and the raising of your child, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit more now. The price of greatness. The abortion of ability. And thank you, sisters, for sharing. The price of greatness is responsibility. These words were spoken by Sir Winston Churchill. They contain a truth that should be guarded and heeded. The graveyards are full of the great men and women who never became great because they did not give their ability responsibility. This untapped ability is called potential. Each of us comes into the world pregnant with unlimited potential. We are capable of much more than we have already done. Unless we expose during the course of our lives all that God placed within us for the good of mankind, our potential will be aborted. Abortion is one of today's most controversial issues. It is polarizing many communities. It has also become a hot political issue in many countries where it is used to manipulate the reins of power. Many people think of this concern as a recent one. Although it is causing much stir in our societies, the concern over abortion is not new. The truth is that the abortion issue is as old as time. The fact of abortion is as old as man. Abortion is not limited to the physical termination of a fetus in a mother's womb. The first act of abortion was performed in the Garden of Eden when the first man, Adam, was given the responsibility for carrying the entire human race within his loins. In Adam was the seed of all generations and the strength of all mankind. God's instruction to Adam were very simple and clear. You are free to eat from every tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die. Genesis 2:16 and 17. To surely die means to definitely cease from manifesting the fruitfulness that exists within a thing. Death in its simplest form is the termination of potential. To abort means to terminate life before its full potential has or can be realized, before the person, animal, plant, etc. is given an opportunity to fulfill its full potential. God created everything with a hidden ability to fulfill itself. The Bible's record of creation states that the seed of everything is in itself to produce after its kind. All creation possesses the hidden ability to be everything it is supposed to be. Okay, in every seed, there is a forest. In every fish, a school. In every bird, a flock. In every cow, a herd. In every girl, a woman. In every boy, a man. And in every man, a nation. It is important for us to remember that every great tree was once a seed. Every woman was once a fetus. Every man was once a boy. And every nation was once in the loins of a man. It is also interesting to note that whenever God deals with man, he always speaks in terms of the generational seed within his loins. In God's calculation of life. Yeah. Were you saying something? Okay, let me just mute her. In God's calculation of life, one equals many, little equals much, small equals great, and less equals more. Therefore, to abort a seed is to kill a forest. To abort a cow is to kill a herd. To abort a boy is to kill a man. To abort a girl is to kill a woman, and to abort a man is to destroy a nation. God told Abraham, the great patriarch of history, I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Abortion is the ultimate tragedy. It robs life of its essence and denies the future its value. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. So can you think of anything or even if it's not you, but especially if it is you, what you need, Pam?
Oh, releasing your potential.
Yeah, releasing your potential. Pam was looking at the thing. Is there anyone who feels there at any time in your life that you were at a point of abortion, of something that I don't know, maybe that's not a good question right now. Anyone? Yeah, well, huh?
Yeah,
Pam?
think about that, Queen. I think you should think about that question. If it's coming up, that came to your mind, I think you can, if you feel able to honor that. And
yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm thinking
how to put it. Read it again.
How to put it. Well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and read the rest of this, and then it has some questions. Abortion through ignorance. That's a good one. Abortion is the ignorance of responsibility and the denial of obligation. And just me saying that I've had abortion with the S on it, and it was that the ignorance of responsibility and the denial of obligation, or the fear of obligation. Because I helped raise my mama's children, I was not ready to have none on my own. Okay, abortion is a self-comfort.
Can I just say this before you go on, so we can look at it too deeper? It's also, you have spiritual abortions, mentally abortions, and emotional abortions. It's not just physical abortion.
Thank you. Abortion is self-comfort at the expense of fruitfulness, because all abortions sacrifice responsibility. The abortion of potential.
Oh man, my
condemns
keys
the
not up
future.
here. I'm just like, that's just messed up.
Okay, the abortion is a self-comfort at the expense of fruitfulness, because all abortions sacrifice responsibility. The abortion of potential condemns the future. This reality has caused the development of an entire discipline of science, ecology, and environmental study, as these areas of concern are known, build their premises on the word extension, meaning the termination of the potential force within creation to fulfill itself. It is amazing that man, with all his attempts to minimize the abortion of various species in the animal and plant kingdom by investing billions of dollars to protect animals, plants, forests, and the ozone layer, has neglected to prioritize the position of human beings in the scheme of things. While man fights to protect whales, or owls, trees, and fish, he also battles for the right to terminate human babies. Perhaps the situation would improve if every doctor who performs the tragic operation would be reminded before each abortion that the opportunity to perform this surgery is his only because his mother did not abort him. The abortion issue, therefore, not just a problem of the taking of a life, though that is the fatal end result. Even more, abortion is the ignorance and the lack of understanding of the principle of potential that pervades our world. The majority of those who die each year are guilty of abortion because they didn't understand the basic relevance of the concept of potential to their individual lives. The abortion of potential is the death of the future. It affects generations after generations. When Adam broke God's law, he aborted his seed's potential for becoming all they were intended to be. Men and women throughout all ages have fallen far short of the glory of the Creator. The word glory means the true nature or full essence of a thing. In other words, to fall short of glory means to live below your true potential. This is what God calls sin. Sin is not a behavior, it is a disposition. One of the great biblical writers states it this way: I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. The creation waits in eager expectation for the glory of the sons of God to be revealed. That's in Romans 8:18 and 19. This passage states that the fall of man prevented the full glory of true potential of mankind from being revealed or manifested. All creation was affected by man's sin. God's creation is waiting for God's glory to true potential to be exposed, because creation's destiny is tied to man's. Thus, any abortion, whether it's the abortion of a dream, a vision, art, music, writing, business, leadership, or inventions, affects both nature and the succeeding generations of man. How many children yet unborn were destined to sing the song you have never written? When Adam aborted the vision God had placed in his heart, disobeyed the directives of the manufacturer, he changed the lives of the human race that lay hidden in his loins. The book of Romans states, therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, death through sin, and in this way death came to all men because all sinned, in parentheses, in Adam. Consequently, just as the result of one trespass was condemnation for all men, so also the result of one act of righteousness was justification that brings life for all men. It is vital that we understand the principle demonstrated in these passages. It is the awesome realization that if your potential is not released, it will affect this generation and all the generations of man yet to live. Even creation will testify against you. If you abort your potential, you will be guilty of robbing the world of the treasure you came to this planet to deliver. The fact that you were born is evidence that God knew Earth needed the potential you are pregnant with. May I read that again? The fact that you were born is evidence that God knew Earth needed the potential you are pregnant with. It is therefore imperative that you refuse to leave this planet without giving birth to those dreams, ideas, visions, and inventions you carry in the womb of your faith right now. Do not abort your baby of potential. Rob the grave of the treasure you carry. Leave the picture of your potential on the wall of history in the Museum of the Earth. Anyone want to share?
I'd like to say thank you for the reading of the word, the sending the sermon this morning. The Sermon on the Mount. Oh my goodness. Woo.
I took all that in. Yeah.
I was thinking about how we veer off of our path.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I don't care where you go, what lesson you learn, you're going to get back to it because it's uniquely and divinely created just specifically for you.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what? It makes me think, well, Star, I hope you don't mind, but I know you don't mind because we all know you. And having the breast removed, the breast is still there. So when we remove and not operate as though that potential, and that we do know what it is, we want to act like we don't know it because we've been doing it since we were children. Like you said, Mama Head, you want to know what the source was. Where did it start at? What did you do when you were a child? What brought you joy that you would just naturally do? If you was in trouble, and like if I had to go and stay in my room, I'm going to do something that I just like to do while I'm in my room. I'm not going to do something I don't like to do unless that's what I was forced to do. You will be in your room and you will do this. But if you just put me in the room, then I'm going to find something that I like to do while I'm even being punished, you know? Mm-hmm. And so what is that? What is that thing? And you know what you like to do. If I had to do something, what would that be? Mm-hmm. And so even if someone, takes that away from you or something, it's still there. Like when they operated and took that away, they were saying that there is an apparatus that it can still see Pam's breast. It's been made. It will still see the shape of it and everything. You get what I'm saying? So even with our potential, when we just say, I'm not going to do it, or we've been attacked because we like doing this particular thing, or why that's stupid. When people are talking out of their stupidity.
Side of their neck.
Right. And then you're not strong enough to combat that. And fall into, well, they've always said that was stupid. So I took on doing this, which is more important. I became a doctor when all in all, you wanted to be a braider. How about that?
Because that's still surgery. It's still surgery,
It's still what somebody needs.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I was reading about, I believe I was reading in my, oh man, what? Oh, I was reading when I was doing my research for the Vagina Monologue series that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I came across a piece that talked about just because there's a physical removal of the womb space, your womb is not gone. Just like you said about the breast.
Mm-hmm.
Your womb is not gone. They can never take that. That space can never be removed.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, the
Never.
energy of it is there. It's there.
Just like the energy of us. When
Yeah.
our people, they say, continue to say their names. You know, still celebrate your folks and keep their memory alive by saying their name. I know sometimes when we ask for our ancestors to join us in celebration, Mama Fabayo would say only those that we that are supposed to be here. Because you got some ancestors that you might not want to be in the space. So, just be mindful of whom you're asking to come forward. But I ask the ones that are going to help us. And we have to ask for that help. But it's so many things, the physical, I call it, we've talked about this before, being that mere mortal self longing for the person to be here. But my mother made me. Her blood was made mine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like that I go there sometimes, but when you look in the mirror or you turn around and you'll see your mother in another way. She might be a beautiful rock in the sand, or she may be a bird flying by real close, like I'm right here, Angie. They're constantly talking to us, constantly. Are we listening? Are we feeling? Are we so removed from gratitude that we can't remember? Because that's the only time we get upset is when we're mad, thinking about getting angry is about old stuff. It's not new stuff, it's old stuff. And not being grateful. Because Haru would tell me when I would get sad, he would say, I want you to write down your blessing. Or if you want to come to me and talk about something, he said, write down the pros and cons for. And by the time I get through writing, I don't have nothing to say. Because
Right.
But we're very simple beings as humans. We're very simple minded. But the spiritual self is so much grander and not like the mere mortal.
Yes. Let me share the principles of that, what I just shared. There are 5 principles. Number 1, your released potential is the world's inheritance. Number 2, you came into the world pregnant with unlimited potential. Number 3, you are capable. Mama Evelyn, sit up. Sit up. You about to fall in. Okay. Number 3, you are capable of much more than you have already done. Number 4, creation's destiny is tied to the release of your potential. Number 5, the fact that you were born is evidence that God knew Earth needed the potential you are pregnant with.
Read number 4 again.
Creation's destiny is tied to the release of your potential.
Right.
Okay.
It's like that domino effect. If the Elizabeths don't do what they're here to do, then the people that are supposed to see us or we're supposed to reach, they may not get to there until they meet another Elizabeth somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We'll miss if we don't fulfill our destiny. The world will be missing something.
Yes, that goes hand in Mama Hat, you hit it directly. When I say this is a coming back of something that I just heard 24 hours ago, this is speaking to me so loudly of what I am to do. It is, and the one point that was mentioned was exactly what Mama had said. There are people out there waiting for what has been placed in you to do. If you don't do it, those people are waiting and they'll never receive what God placed in you to do. So you have to go and do it. And the there's a shirt that Queen Aduni wears and that you said, Mama Evelyn, which is perfectly imperfect. You still have to do what's been placed in you, because as you do it, you gain more of that knowledge. But if we don't do what's been placed in us, whoever it is, whether it's one person or a million people, if we don't do it, those people don't receive what's been placed in us to do. And we've kind of left them hanging out there. And they won't receive that. And the way I heard it last night was, if you don't go, then a counterfeit gets sent in. And that counterfeit doesn't have what you have. So then something or someone gets sent in that's missing a key ingredient that you had. So go.
Now the question is, because God is God, will he leave them unfulfilled? What you were supposed to give or do or share or bring forth, will it come through somebody else?
It will come through somebody else. If you don't do what he's placed in you to do, well,
because he places it in many people. That gift in many people. And then so it gets, and then you look at it and you see somebody who said, damn, I knew that 10 years ago and I did not move on it. So it ends up somebody else brings it forth.
Right. They talk about that in the Simple Abundance book, that spirit will come and say, okay, Heteru, your gift, this is your da 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 da, da 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 da, and then you'll go, oh, wait a minute, let me go make sure, let me look, I'm doubting the spirit that gave me the spirit. Okay, let me go over here and learn this lesson right quick. It said that energy, that spirit will take that energy somewhere else, and you go, oh man, somebody doing what I wanted to do. Well, you wasn't ready. Spirit not gonna wait for this for this to happen. It'll give it to, I've had people that have done similar things. Like one of my girlfriends was doing dials, and somebody that she was mentoring started doing dials, and she got upset. I said, you helped her birth that out of her. So, but your people, your followers, they're not going to follow her. They're going to follow you, because it's your energy that's on what you're creating. It's another group of people that she needs to be a minister to. The point is that we're doing this to help people know to express or share whatever it is that they have. That's the point. If somebody's doing Dilla Day and another group comes and does Dilla Day, the point is to teach about the man and spread what he's done and his gift. While we get mad, we should be working together. People need to know about this in New Orleans. People need to know it on the east side. People need to do it on the west side. Spread out. We have to spread out. I'm done.
Yes, Ebony, I will put that list, the principles in the chat.
I saw her testifying too. I see Ebony was everything.
Yeah. And I definitely must piggyback off of that, Mama Hat. It's greedy of us to feel that, no, let me relanguage that. It's a limiting mindset to feel that you have to hoard this. There's enough out there for everybody. And it's exactly what she said. You are called to certain people. And other people are called to this segment of people. So you sharing that gift, he gave it to more than one person. But you have to do your part. And you have to do your part in your piece of the pie and not leave your piece on the table to go stale and rot out and you not do what's been placed in you to do.
I guess that's what Reverend was saying is the abortion part. That's what he was, you know, the potential rotting. That's the aborting part. The not wanting to have the responsibility. But it's fear. The basis of most of these things is fear.
I shame. Pam, what you got to say?
Mm-hmm. Come on, Pam. I mean, come on, Star.
Well, abortion. Rev had said that she has told people that what I came here to do is massive. And she's right. And when Sheila Queen mentioned abortion, I thought about myself. I've never been pregnant. However, I tried, and Mama Head, I am using that. Well, no, that's not correct because I never tried to. I just desire to have my spirit leave this body so I won't have to be down here dealing with all the BS that goes on down here. And God said no. And I wasn't crazy enough to try to do it myself because I knew that if God said no, me trying it is not going to change his mind. It'll just make me walk around with maybe one leg shorter than the other or something because I did something that I knew was not going to work. And I now realize, and I wrote this down, that what would have been missing if I would have left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had learned in A Course in Miracles that God will use what we think is a flaw or something, an ability that's stupid or makes no sense, that God will use that to get what needs to be done to help us to do what we came here to do. And so we can't think that we're stupid in anything or that we can't do anything or that there are limits on anything because God is God and can do whatever God wants to do. And so we can too. I'm learning that I know that when I left my job and I asked God, I said, okay, so I work for you now. So what are the rules? What is it I'm supposed to know? And I'm still learning that. And I have just come to the point that I am a beautiful being in myself. God helped me see that a couple weeks ago. I am working on not being afraid of anything, including snakes and spiders. And I don't need to be around them to prove that, Lord. So please please get that out of your head. And using the fact that I did not want to be here, using that as something that will catapult me or cause me to be more determined to stay here to complete what I came here to do, no matter how long it takes. So those doubts that we have, or that we had, or those negative things that we have or had, God can and will use them to help us to do and be who we came here to do and be.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, because as I see Star being, released and walking out of that prison that she was in, it's gratifying. It's when you see someone discover themselves, and when someone's really serious and excited about, wow, life is cool. I do have purpose here. And it creates that drive. I think it's let me see, who might know this. Michael Beckwith says, he said, your vision something pulls you and then it drives you, or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get what that saying is. So I'm going to read this. We have about 25 minutes. I'm going to read the next one. It's short.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How will you be remembered? Knowledge of ability is the introduction of responsibility. Come with me in your imagination to the funeral of a loved one. Picture yourself driving to the funeral parlor or the church, parking your car and getting out. As you walk inside the building, notice the flowers and the soft organ music. See the faces of friends and family as you move through the room. Feel the shared sorrow of losing and the joy of having known that radiates from the hearts of the people there. As you walk to the front of the room and look inside the casket, you come face to face with yourself. This is your funeral. 5 years from today. All these people have come to honor you and to express feelings of love and appreciation for your life. As you take a seat and wait for the service to begin, look at the program in your hand. 5 persons will speak. The first speaker is from your family, immediate and extended. Your children, your brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces, aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents who have come from all over the country to attend. The second speaker is to be one of your friends, someone who can give a sense of what you were as a person. The third speaker is from your work or your profession. The fourth speaker is from your church or some community organization where you were involved in service. The fifth and final speaker is your spouse. Oh, Lord. Now think deeply. What would you like each of them of these speakers to say about you and your life? What kind of husband or wife, father or mother would you like their words to reflect? What kind of son or daughter or cousin? What kind of friend or working associate? Before you read further, take a few minutes to seriously consider these questions. I firmly believe that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life. Life that fails to fulfill its purpose and potential. Live effectively. Through this book, you are being made aware of the great treasure you possess, which is your potential. I have addressed millions of people on this issue of living effectively. Repeatedly, I have stressed that it is better to have never been born than to live and not fulfill the purpose for which you were given life. This truth is echoed in Ecclesiastes 3-6. A man may have 100 children and live many years, yet no matter how long he lives, if he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. It comes without meaning. It departs in darkness, and in darkness its name is shrouded. Though it never saw the sun or knew anything, it has more rest than does that man. That's pretty deep. That passage asserts that it will be better for an individual never to have been born than for him to live on this planet many years and not fulfill the purpose for which God gave him birth. In essence, when you become aware of the tremendous potential that resides within you, you are obligated to release that wealth to the world around you. Ability and responsibility. What lies behind you is history, and what lies before you is future. But these are both tiny matters compared to what lies within you. You may not be able to change your past, and your future is yet unlived, but the present provides you with opportunities to maximize your life and the ability that lives within you. You must take responsibility for your ability. No one else can do that for you. Are you living a stillbirth life? Well, I know none of these sisters on here are doing that. I encourage you to take responsibility right now for your ability. Determined to activate, release, and maximize your potential for the sake of the next generation. Leave your footprints in the sands of the history of your country. Live fully so you can die effectively. Let your life write the speech of your death and give your potential to the family of man for the glory of God. Remember, well done. It's much better than well said. Don't just talk about your potential dreams, visions, and ideas. Step out now and determine to do them. Dare to believe that what you have already accomplished is but a minute percentage of what you can do. Move beyond the familiar patterns and experiences of your life to the dreams and plans and imaginations that wait within you to be fulfilled. Will your abilities be lost to the world? You possess awesome potential within waiting to be activated and released. The release of your potential demands that you refuse to be satisfied with your latest accomplishments. Only then will you tap into the vast bill of credit with which you were born. Because potential, by definition, is the large, unknown bank of resources you were given at birth. What you have accomplished is no longer your potential. Releasing your potential requires a willingness to move beyond the familiar into the realms of possibilities. How about that one sentence? Let me see here. Because potential, by definition, is the large, unknown bank of resources you were given at birth. What you have accomplished is no longer your potential. If you attempt new things and make choices that stretch your horizons, you will embark on an exciting journey. You will begin to see the marvelous being God created you to be, a being filled with more capabilities than you ever dreamed possible. The journey begins when you gain an understanding of what potential is and how you can release it. For once you understand the magnitude of the wealth God gave you, to turn from consciously and conscientiously unwrapping God's gift wait, let me start that over. For once you understand the magnitude of the wealth God gave you, to turn from consciously and conscientiously unwrapping God's gift is to abort your potential and refuse to fulfill the purpose for which he gave you life. The knowledge of what you have failed to use to benefit yourself, your contemporaries, and the generations to follow will judge you on the great day of accountability. Potential is given to be released, not wasted. Some men have thousands of reasons why they cannot do what they want to, when all they need is one reason why they can. The principles are, number one, God placed potential in you to benefit the world. Number two, potential is the large, unknown bank of resources you were given at birth. Number three, potential must be used or it will be aborted. Number four, satisfaction with success kills potential. You know, I've done that. Oh, I already done that. Oh, I've already done that. Well, what's next? What's next? I've already done that. You know, that attitude, I've already done that. Well, what are you doing now in this present moment? When I hear people sit back and say, and especially when they're not doing nothing, well, so what? They retired. So what? I'm just going to sit back. And, you know, I get that they would work 40 years and, you know, got up, but nothing, just nothing. I couldn't do it. Somebody asked me if I was rich, you know, if I had a rich husband, didn't have to do anything but just get up and, you know, play with my nails and stuff, would I do that? Hell no. Hell no. Because I just got so much I want to give the world and help myself and enjoy life and all that. I would be doing that. Now I'll be able to include bungee jumping and include, you know, all these other things, but one sister was saying yesterday, I was talking about the teeth process. I said, my next thing is to get them, you know, the implants and stuff. Well, and I said, I mean, that's like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. And she said, oh no. I said, you wouldn't spend that on yourself? I said, no, yeah, that is a house. In some cases, houses cost $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. I said, but aren't you worth it? Because if you're doing that, then that means you have more. So I said, some people spend $1 million on a pair of shoes. Oh no, I don't care if I was real rich, I would not pay that. So
everybody got something that they, you know, go in for. You know, it might not be a pair of shoes, but they might spend $1 million on knickknacks at the dollar store. Same thing.
So I mean, the thing is, what's next? What's right here that's going to bring you joy? I get joy out of I get joy out of singing and stuff, but I really get joy out of sitting here and creating events. I really do. I have events that if I pass and you just go into my computer, there would be all these things that my children could do that I already have it all, you know, lined up, figured out, the website created for it and all of that. It's just the timing of it, but it's there. Right. It's there. Now, if you can't sing, and that's my gift, I can't help you to be able to sing. But what is your part in the midst of it? Like I said, when my sister, Doris, she's the one that braided. She loves braiding. I am retiring from that. she'll never retire until her hands can't just do it anymore because she loves it. But my part in the whole scheme of it is the business side. I can create the business. I can create the hair show. And all
right,
that.
right. All
So,
the components.
So where does your vision, your potential fit in someone else's? Because when I said, oh my God, you're the reason. Because I told God, I said, why do you have me doing hair? You know, I never wanted to do hair. I always could do hair. And people would say, you're going to be a hairdresser. That's what they call it back then. You're going to be a hairdresser. You're going to be a hairdresser. I said, Mama, I do not want to be no hairdresser, slaving behind nobody's head all day and night. And then what do? Not press and curl. I do braids all day and night, a 24-hour hairstyle right there. Right, Bridget? Take 20 hours to do something. But it's because one, I have the ability to do it. And at the end of it, I know I get paid. That's the other thing. And it was the connection for my family. That's what I was to bring to the table of what God had for this family to do, you know. And but you know, that just as I said, Lord, why? And then just as clearly as I'm talking to you, God said it is the key to everything I want to do in life. It is the key. So I would do hair shows and I would do, and then I give the money to the church and all of that. You know, I would be able to give through what I produced. And then I'd be able to help other people to do those same things. Anyone else want to share?
I will jump in here. You know, there's also a misconception. Many people think that what you start out with. So let's say young people who enter college and at 18, 19, they go, this is my profession. This is what I'm destined to do. Your destiny changes. God will change where you started. You can be, there's this misconception that you're 50 years old, you're 60 years old, you know, no, I can't start something new. No, I can't do this. No, I can't do that. There's an article that he kind of brought, and I said, God brought to my attention. Colonel Sanders started KFC when he was 68 years old with his Social Security check. And I don't think Social Security checks were that much back then. So it is never, ever, ever too late to start something new. It's never too late to start something that's been put on your heart. We set time limits. And we say things like, I'm too old. You are never too old. You're old when they put you in the ground and they throw that dirt on you and they say those last rites. That's when you're old. That's when you're finished. But as long as you draw breath every morning, you are never too old to start anything new. I am complete. That's all I wanted to get out, or I was putting me to get out. Okay, I'm done.
You know, my thing is to tell people, you know, you didn't know what to do when you got here. So you know, if somebody says I'm scared, I said, but you didn't know how to do anything when you got here. So look at you now, you know. And after having my daughter, I felt I'm like, shoot, I'm invincible if I can have a baby. Good God, that was something. That was something. That was something. I had the whole lose your mind. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, let me process this. Like a whole life just came out of me that I was allowed to have what was needed. God provided for me to have to make this happen with my partner. That'll mess your mind up. To think about all that had to happen for you to get here. And then you think about, okay, then my mother, and so on and so forth, for us to get here. And like Reverend Omani was saying, we don't have time to waste. So what are we doing with this time that we have? What's our potential? You know, you get up every day. I know when I get up first thing in the morning, when I get up before I get out of bed, when I'm supposed to I can be grabbing my tablet and writing. I have my most profound thoughts. You know, some people, oh my God, I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's time to sit and think. Or I tell people you can get up and clean up, but that's when my mind is ticking and creating and thinking of things. But once I get up, once I get out of that, I guess it's a spiritual realm. When I get out of there, then it's like, okay, back to the mere mortalism, you know, back to the, you know, task at hand. But it's just like when you have some dreams and you want to write them down, but no, this is not a dream to write down. This is your conscious, I guess, your subconscious that's talking to you. You're beyond this realm stuff. Fifth dimension, what is it? Fifth dimension? I don't know what dimension it is. Fifth dimension stuff that you're thinking about, like the science of it all. And
I know when I get up, when I'm awakened like 3 and 4 in the morning, I always get something pure. If I turn the computer on and I hit YouTube, something on there that just speaks, it's directly what I needed. It's, I don't know, that early morning. Yeah. What they say, the early bird gets the worms, or something that they say like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's free flowing. I mean, I can expect it now.
this stuff is deep,
I can
y'all.
literally expect it. If I'm awakened at 3 or 4 in the morning like that, and I can't go back to sleep, I would get on up and go and see what's up for you. I get clarity. If I'm struggling, like I'm gonna tell you, for the past few days, I've been struggling with the matter of fact, I was supposed to talk about that and didn't anyway. But you know, getting the website, getting the Sezzle and getting all this stuff. And then I finally connect with somebody who it was hard to understand what they were saying, but I got it clear enough that she walked me through the whole process. And I finally got it done. You know, that early rising, and some people get up every morning real early like that. And some, you know, when you wake up and everything's already moving and stuff like that, then it's, you know, so I know that when some people have children and they say the only time I can get that private time is I get up at 8. I get up
5 in the morning.
At 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, so that I can have that moment just for myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
for a while, I wasn't getting up early, and I would attempt to take that time for myself at night.
Yeah.
But that's when RJ, if I wasn't in the bed by 12, he would come in and he would sit here and he would not leave until I was saying, okay, I'm coming to bed. Oh, coming, you know. But yeah. So early in the morning.
That night is your leftover energy.
Yeah.
It's your leftover energy. Where in the morning that
I feel like I have a fuller day. A fuller day. Yeah. If it starts at 5.
Then we just have to get that nap in there.
Yeah, that's that God time. It's that God time.
The God time.
Or spirit time, whatever you want to call the energy, but it's that time. You know.
Well, we are at that time. It's 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, we are off and into our day. And I'd just like to hear what each of you got out of this conversation today, releasing your potential. Is there anything that you discovered that helps you to go forth in releasing your potential today? Die empty.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You look so pretty, Pam. What you doing? Star. You look so pretty, Star. What you doing? Over here like a canary or something.
Mm-hmm.
The
No,
hell?
I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So
Oh, you got cute for the doctor. All right.
I'm gonna say got cute for the doctor. All right. All right. Bridget, let's start with you. You got a happy day comment?
My happy day is confirmation. I received this whole conversation is a pickup of a conversation that started last night, is a confirmation out of prayer this morning, and of make it so simple that a 2-year-old can understand it. And lo and behold, 2-year-old little girl me came on to the Elizabeth this morning and heard this conversation. So I have my 2-year-old confirmation of this is what I'm telling you. You asked me to make it simple. I made it so simple and so clear.
Yeah.
2-year-old can get it. So
okay.
You and your binky go on about your way and do what I told you to do.
Okay.
It's nice to meet your 2-year-old
Let me
self.
get your little pinky.
My little pinky.
Yeah, little pinky. Mama Evelyn.
Oh, I thought you said binky.
What you get today, Mama Evelyn?
Oh, that what I consider, I don't know, when I'm here and I'm printing out my words to put on the dowels and to put on the banners, and I'm getting ready because spring is about to come, and so I can release all this stuff. I'm ready. Yeah, Friday I have a 10 o'clock meeting with Gwen and Cicely about setting up the dates, and I've already got my list of things that need to be purchased.
Yeah.
And how much we need. And she said, at least make it for like 25 people per session. So I said, okay. And so yeah. So I've been sitting back preparing and getting all ready for this summer. Winter is my getting ready time, and spring and summer is my releasing time, and sitting back and watching people create and helping with the technical,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'll say
that's what I got. I don't feel like it.
I'm sorry. Will you finish, Evelyn?
Yeah.
I know, Reverend Amani, you usually have to rush off to your next thing, so I'm gonna get you now before you go.
That's so funny because I'm over here rocking back and forth. Okay, so what I got today? I got that it's all good. Just keep growing, keep releasing, keep growing, keep going for it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Kayla, we got space. What'd you get today?
A lot, but first I got like those points where the abortions did happen in my life, and just not anymore letting words or even my own thoughts continue to do that, and just keep moving forward in what God is showing me to do, and with confidence, and not letting anything hold me back, and also being a doorway for other people who feel like me, or who need support, or who whatever God places in my spirit to help people with, just do it and don't second guess yourself.
Ashe, thank you.
Ashe, thank you.
Ebony, what you get, girl?
I'm not gonna be sure if I'm wording this right, but what you said with the 5 points about pretty much not letting my gift be an abortion because someone is waiting for that, and no one's gonna. I can be the doorway and not letting anybody's progress be held back because of my setback or what I'm holding on to. Like I don't want it to be aborted. I want it to be given because it's meant for someone.
I see.
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
just embracing my vision and moving forward, and no matter what.
Thank you. Star.
Hi, Kayla. Kayla's a young one too.
Hi, sir.
She's only in her 20s.
Until this year, I'm about to be 30.
Girl, 30s, what's happening?
Yes, I'm ready.
What I got is no more abortions. That's what I got. That's what the Holy Spirit told me to say. Because she said if I could get you to say it, if
Make that declaration, girl.
Yeah, no more abortions.
I say, thank you. Mama Het.
I'm going to use a very vulgar word. Let's regurgitate. Release all of this potential in here. Go, grow, and glow.
I say.
And know my value and my worth. Know my value and my worth.
Yeah. I think, Bridget, I got yours right. And Mama Evelyn, did you do yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Then I am the one who creates the space and the opportunities for people to express and experience their full self-expression, which is their passion, and get paid. That's my mission. I love you all.
Love you too.
And
love you too.
Tomorrow is the Yoni.
Yeah, we
What
gonna
about the Yoni? Yoni.
Yeah, so make sure you come in the morning.
And Thursday is possibly about the angels, but we will see what the Lord say.
What the Lord say.
And then our special guest about natural hair and the civil rights that should never have had to happen. That we had to fight to wear our hair and fight to do our own hair and fight to be ourselves. And the revelation of that is how much we did not know about our own hair. Yeah. Yeah. So give yourself a big hug. And love the world, because you know they need it.
Yes.
All the goodness and stuff that makes you happy, sprinkle it all over the world for everybody to enjoy. Peace out.
Peace out. Love y'all.
Make it
Love
fun.
y'all.